fun anime recaps here. Today I'm going to review an anime called Aria the Scarlet Ammo. Spoilers ahead. A young student named Kinji Toyama goes to Tokyo Butei High School, where agents known as Butei are trained to become crime-fighting detectives/mercenaries. Kinji hates the work of a Butei mostly because of his ability, which only activates during strong sexual tension around him. Having missed his bus, Kinji rides his bike to school when to his surprise he is chased by a remote-controlled Segway armed with an Uzi, which informs him that a bomb has been attached to his bike which will explode if he slows down, a nod to the movie Speed, and also threatens to shoot him if he jumps off. Kinji is saved by a mysterious ponytailed girl named Aria Kanzaki. The two end up pinned down in a gym storage locker as more Segways appear. Aria fends them off, inadvertently sticking her chest right in Kinji's face. As a result, Kinji enters hysteria mode and he is able to destroy the Segways as well as counter Aria's outraged attacks almost effortlessly. When Kinji finally arrives at school, he learns that Aria has transferred into his class. Later that day, Aria arrives at Kinji's apartment with her baggage and declares him to be her slave. Aria demands that Kinji join her Butei party, intruding into his apartment when he refuses. This puts Kinji in an awkward situation when his childhood friend, Shirayuki Hotogi, arrives while Aria is taking a bath. The next day, Aria follows Kinji around as he takes on a job searching for a missing cat. After managing to lose Aria, Kinji trades some eroge with his friend, Riko Mine. The next day, Kinji and Aria learn that a bus full of Butei students has been hijacked by the Butei killer and fitted with a bomb that will explode if it slows down, and an armed convertible is preventing the passengers from interfering. After the bus driver is injured when an attempt to stop the convertible is foiled by heat detection, Kinji and Aria arrive on the scene, taking out the convertible. With the bus running out of gas, Aria finds the bomb on the underside of the bus while Kinji finds and destroys the communications sensor. The bomb is disarmed by the sniper ace, Reki, but Aria is injured by another armed vehicle while trying to protect Kinji. As she is treated in the hospital, she feels disappointed that Kinji did not meet her expectations. Kinji follows Aria, who goes to the police station to talk with her mother, who has been framed as the Butei killer, in addition to other crimes, and sentenced to 864 years despite the attacks that have occurred since her incarceration. If Aria is able to prove that she is not the Butei killer, the sentence would be reduced to only 742 years. Aria's mother tells her that she needs to find a partner to use her abilities to the fullest. The next day, Kinji hears word from Ryu Shiranui that Aria will be flying back to London. Kinji meets Riko, who reveals information concerning the Butei killer, and also mentions his brother who died during a boat hijacking, before pulling some moves which sends Kinji into his hysteria mode. With his heightened senses, Kinji deduces that Aria's plane is being targeted by the Butei killer, and manages to get on it just before it takes off. During the flight, Kinji learns that Aria has a fear of lightning shortly before the Butei killer announces his hijacking. They discover the culprit who organized the bike and bus hijackings is Riko, the great-granddaughter of Arsène Lupin, and that she is targeting Aria so she can surpass her great-grandfather. She also reveals herself to be the one who killed Kinji's brother, who was also her lover. Riko and Aria enter an intense duel, but Riko gains the upper hand by using the fact that she is a quadra as well by manipulating her hair to use a knife to attack Aria at the same time as using her guns to shoot her. Kinji works quickly and uses a first aid kit to save Aria's life. When Aria yells at him as a result, Kinji kisses her to simultaneously calm her down and activate his hysteria mode, confronting Riko as she approaches. As the plane starts descending, Aria rushes to the controls while Kinji confronts Riko, who escapes by blowing out a hatch and parachuting out just before the plane is hit by missiles, blowing out two of its engines and causing a fuel leak. Despite interference by the government, Kinji manages to ease the plane into an emergency landing, thanks to Goki Muto. Afterwards, as Aria prepares to leave, Kinji agrees to be her partner, though this does not sit well with Shirayuki. Aria happens to be the great-granddaughter of Sherlock Holmes, much to Kinji's surprise. As she conflicts with Aria over Kinji, Shirayuki is revealed to be a Chote, a special type of Butei with Esper abilities. The next day, Aria decides to start a new training regime to try to get Kinji to control his hysteria mode. Later, Aria drags Kinji along as she eavesdrops on Shirayuki as she is taken to a teacher's office, where they hear about a Chote kidnapper named Durandal who may be targeting her. Believing Durandal to be one of the culprits who framed her mother, Aria offers to be Shirayuki's bodyguard, which she agrees to on the condition that Kinji is involved as well, and she moves into his apartment in the process. Shirayuki later hears what she believes to be Kinji calling for help from her cell phone and rushes into the bathroom. To her dismay, she discovers Kinji in the bath and that the call was fake. She begins to strip as punishment for seeing Kinji in his underwear. Aria walks in and, misunderstanding the situation, pulls her guns and chases Kinji out the window and into the river. Recovering from the cold he developed from his plunge into the river, Kinji continues to be trained by Aria in case they encounter Durandal. The two of them have a public falling out, as Kinji believes that Aria has lied about Durandal's existence. Shirayuki tells Kinji how the Hotogi are restricted from venturing out of the shrine, but she wants to see the firework festival. Later that night, Shirayuki receives a text message which she keeps to herself. The following day at school, Shirayuki suddenly disappears, but with Reki's assistance, Kinji is able to locate her in the basement of a warehouse. While hiding, Kinji discovers Shirayuki negotiating with the hidden Durandal in order to protect the school. It is revealed that the text message from the previous evening and fake call for help in the apartment were both from Durandal. Kinji jumps in to rescue Shirayuki but is quickly pinned down by Durandal. Aria arrives to assist Kinji and they find her chained onto a pipe as the warehouse begins to flood. Because Aria cannot swim, Kinji advises Aria to pursue Durandal while he tries to free Shirayuki. As the water begins to cover her head, Kinji kisses Shirayuki to enter hysteria mode and is able to free her. The two of them are forced onto an upper floor by the flood and become separated. Kinji and Aria meet up and find Shirayuki, but Kinji realizes that it is Durandal in disguise. After freezing Aria's hands, Durandal reveals herself to be Jeanne d'Arc and wants Aria to join her organization, but she is distracted by the arrival of the real Shirayuki. Jean momentarily escapes as Shirayuki heals Aria's hands. In the distance, Jean begins to freeze the room and show her true appearance. Having no choice but to fight, Shirayuki reveals the extent of her Hotogi powers. Kinji is able to assist Shirayuki in the fight, allowing her to destroy Durandal's sword and successfully arrest her. Later, Shirayuki tells Aria that she kissed Kinji and yet another conflict emerges, whereby Kinji escapes by jumping into the river again. Aria continues her training as a maid with Riko. Later, Kinji and Aria meet up with Riko, who has disguised herself as an agent of an employment agency and leads the two to the mansion. To their surprise, they find that the mansion is under the care of their teacher, Toru Sayanaki. Over the course of the following 2 weeks, the two of them discover the rosary's location as well as the details of the security system that guards it. After discussing options with Riko, they execute their plan. Aria is able to distract Sayanaki long enough for Kinji to retrieve the rosary and replace it with a fake. After Kinji gives Riko her rosary, she turns against them. Riko declares that, in order to surpass her ancestors, she has to defeat Kinji and Aria. However, Riko is suddenly tased by Sayanaki, who has somehow tracked them down. He reveals that Sayanaki is a cover identity for Vlad, who has been performing genetic research on humans for a long time and harvested genes to eliminate his natural weaknesses. Sayanaki then transforms into an ogre vampire beast, stating that Vlad is summoned by the sound of despair. Kinji and Aria fire their guns at Vlad but find that their bullets are ineffective. Kinji saves Riko from Vlad's grip as Aria tries to break the marks on Vlad's body. Riko believes that the fourth mark is located on his chest, although this proves not to be the case. Vlad neutralizes Kinji's hysteria mode and knocks him over the edge of the roof, but Riko saves him with her parachute and returns to the roof to save Aria. Riko uses Aria to help Kinji reactivate the hysteria mode in order for him to devise a plan of attack. Kinji then figures out that the fourth mark is on Vlad's tongue, and the three of them successfully kill Vlad with their 4 remaining bullets. Kinji then helps Riko come to the understanding that, by defeating Vlad, she has surpassed her ancestor. Afterwards, Riko testifies on Kanae Kanzaki's behalf. If you made it this far into the video, here's a cookie. Please subscribe to the channel and press the notification bell to stay updated. More fun anime coming soon. See you in the next one.